Welcome to Sports Jazz, Isaac and Josh. We are back. I mean, we only have one topic today to talk about. The most trending topic right now, that is Manchester United and Erik Ten Hag, their manager, who looks like time is running up, time is catching up with him. His lies, one can say, I can say, his lies are catching up with him. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I have Josh with me, I myself, Isaac. It's the review, Man United and Spurs. Very, very horrible. Shaming results yesterday. And Josh, I have no way how to start this. I mean, tell me you're a Manchester United fan. I am too. I'm not going to deny that. But, bro, what's happening? What's up with Ten Hag?
Yo, things are bad. Things just got worse because
Very, very bad. Yeah.
we had a very bad night. We had a very bad outing. Even and when I saw the result of the game of the under 18s, I wished they are the ones who had played the game. At least, yeah, their results suggest that they are a much better side. They are a well coached team. The Man
Yeah.
United that we saw yesterday looked like a team that is not drilled at all. I mean, there's nothing in Erik Ten Hag
There's no
can tell you
life. It's
about
boring.
that. He cannot tell you about that team that he actually had routines worked on the ground. Because I mean, if it is not the manager, then it is the players. But then if it is not the players, I mean, you have to pick several players from your squad to at least show that they are players that you've discarded. But it still plays the players that we think that they are his go-to players, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic, as in yes, the result for me is, you see, you start to feel that Man United has a problem when your club has a problem when, even when you lose a game, you're not sad about it. it's
So are you trying to say you're not sad anymore because
no, I
you're
am
not
not
sad
sad.
anymore? You don't feel
No,
that.
I am
Yo,
rattled. I do not
what
understand. I
happened
can't.
yesterday
No, I
is very
can't. I
embarrassing.
Yeah, I can't put my finger to it. I mean, I just do not understand how we can be this pathetic. Um, I know you will always tell me that I love Erik Ten Hag because he is a Dutch
Look, no
manager,
one
and
doesn't like Eric Ten Hag. I myself, but I don't.
no, you
No,
don't.
I don't say that in. I do not say that in a sarcastic way. But the thing is, Josh, um, bro, United has lost. I think United has lost all the time. How many times have we? Three times at Old Trafford this year alone. At Old Trafford, three
This year
times. That
alone,
is
no,
really
this season
embarrassing.
alone, this season alone.
Okay, this is it's embarrassing, Josh. It's very
Yeah,
embarrassing. When he comes
no,
around, he's going to
it is
say,
embarrassing, but
we are
no,
going
it
to.
is
You saw the
embarrassing.
nonsense he said yesterday.
Yes, for me, those are words that seemed to be coming from a man who is scared for his life,
Well,
because
he should be.
if a team performs like that and you continue to say that. By the way, this time he was honest. He was a bit different from his usual self. His usual self would have been going about it by saying the team fought for every ball. You know, he used to say things like that. The team fought for every
We are
ball. The
tired
red
of
card,
those things. We are
the
tired. We
red
are
card
tired.
outdid us. But at this point, if the performance, me, I don't mind. I don't mind the 3-0
By the way,
loss, because I
any
expect
Manchester United
United.
fan, Josh, who says, sorry to interrupt you, who says or complains about the red card yesterday was watching a different game. Bro, it's like
That was not
we're
a red
three
card.
men down. It's like we
That
were
was
three
not a
men
red
down.
card. Yeah, but
Okay,
that was not a
we are
red
going to
card.
come back to that. But it's like we were three men down. It's like we had 7 players or 8 players on the pitch.
No,
It's
we
like
were
Spurs had
poor. We were
it's
poor
like
from the
Spurs had
onset.
14 players.
Spurs, we were poor from the onset. Spurs scored its first goal in the first minute of the game, but even before it clocked a full minute, you had already seen the way Man United players who are going about their business in those few seconds that we were going to have a long night, because Spurs is the best pressing team in the Premier League. For Erik Ten Hag to have thought that a team would come and press Spurs without energy in all places of the pitch, it was really shocking. Then there's also that Mazraoui and Dallo switching positions.
I saw that too. They tried out everything.
Yeah,
They tried out everything, and I understand it's a bit hard for Manchester United to fire Ten Hag, because you remember in June, after winning the FA, there were rumors that Ineos, after getting those shares, they would replace him. But replacing Ten Hag at the moment would cost Man United £10 million. Now, right now, as it is, after, because you remember he had an extension, okay, 1 year extension. Right now, it would cost them approximately £20 million. To be specific, £17.5 million just to sack him, and he goes with a bag full of pounds.
I know, but
It's very sad.
it is the price they'll have to pay, because they made their bed, so they either lay in it or snap out of it real quick, because the consequences of Man United under this new project finishing like it finished last season, or having a very bad campaign, they're just as bad. They're just as bad, because I mean, this is a time that you feel that maybe Manchester United has turned the corner, and
Yeah,
they're doing things that are deliberate to bring back the club to its old glory. But the man in the dugout doesn't seem to be on the same wavelength with the new structures. I even feel that maybe he's preoccupied with making relationships with all these people who are new at the club, than
that would be
actually
so silly
coaching
of
the
him.
team, than
Very,
coaching
very
the
silly.
team, because the team doesn't look coached. And it is very funny when I say something like that. Yes, 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 yes. Thanks, Eddie. It is very funny when you say things like that, because Manchester United can never recover from the mistake that Ineos did before the end of the season. That's in my
What was
opinion.
that
I do
mistake?
I do
What's that
believe that
mistake?
yeah, I do believe that, because they actually backed the manager and they went
Yeah,
with that decision, it would be very stupid of them to fire a man that they've actually made it impossible for them to fire, because the
you
opportunity
know,
was there, but maybe they didn't get the right man. But football is a result-oriented sport. If the results
Josh,
do not go your way, people are not going to wait around. And Manchester United is one of those clubs that would feel if an opportunity presented itself, they would take it on. But for me, I have been very, very negative towards the
the
sacking of
sacking.
Erik Ten
I
Hag,
know
because,
that's
yeah,
correct.
but it is simply because I do admire the methods of the manager. I know it has not worked out at
Everyone does,
United,
but the
but
methods are
I
not.
do.
Either it's the
Yes, yes.
players or his methods,
And the
Josh.
thing
And
is,
that brings
no,
me,
this is the
Josh,
thing
to
though.
the. This
This is
brings
the
me to
thing
the
though.
question, Josh.
No,
Okay.
this is the thing though. Um,
Yeah.
I do admire what Erik Ten Hag is about, and his methods, but we've seen them elsewhere. We saw flashes of his methods in the first season that he had at United, and a couple of few games, but we've had very bad results under his reign. I mean, we had the 7-0 drubbing against Liverpool. We've had this 3-0. We've had the 4-1 in the Manchester Derby. We've had very bad results
We've
under
had
his reign.
6-3 against Man
Yeah,
City. We've had
yeah.
another
Now, for
3-0 defeat Man City, 3-0 Spurs, bro, 4-0 Brentford, 4-0 Crystal Palace, 3-0 Bournemouth, 3-0 Newcastle. I mean, there's even Sevilla. I mean, when is it
yeah.
going to stop,
So
Josh? And this
what I
is,
was what I was
allow
what
me
I
to
was
ask you,
coming
Josh.
to. Okay.
Allow me to ask you this question: is it the right time for Ten Hag to leave right now? Is it time? Is it Ten Hag? I mean, for one to hold a placard right now and saying Ten Hag out? Is it the right time?
Yes and no,
Josh, we need a
because
straight answer. We don't want you taking corners.
that is as straight as it gets, because at one point you're worrying about all the things that can change in the club with that
Yeah.
decision, and on the other hand you're also looking at it that United cannot go on this way. So I mean, you hope that the manager finds it within himself to change the fortunes of the club, because you're not going to hang around for too long. I mean, if Erik
And
Ten
I'm
Hag
tired
is
of him
fired,
bragging. And I'm
if
tired of
Erik Ten
him
Hag
bragging and reminding us of the European Carabao every time
No,
someone
but that
questions
is a
him.
fact. That is a fact. As in, he has performed the best of the managers in the Premier League, apart from Pep Guardiola. Because at the end of the day, your report card must show at least some silverware. Yes, he has gotten us to silverware in his first 2 seasons, and that is enough to back the manager to actually maybe help you get better. But we are not seeing the gradual progression of the side. We are not seeing. You see, when Man United signs players today, you sort of feel that maybe that is the right player. When Man United signs Zagzi, then you start to paint a picture of what the forward line would look like. When Man United signs Ugarte, you start to look at a new midfield partnership that might form. But when push comes to shove, these things never really happen. The performances alone show that the manager is not doing enough to actually drill these players. I remember when Erik Ten Hag had just come to the club, there was a lot of videos from MUTV that used to show the training drills, and he was always showing the passing of the players, the movement of the players. But these days, I maybe it's me who has not seen them, but I don't think that they're there anymore.
But this is what we've been talking about, Josh, just me and you. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes. Uh, I mean, I myself, I think it's time up for Ten Hag. He's been given every player he's cried for. He's been given the keeper, Onana. Remember even how the hair situation was. To me, I think every Manchester United player, rather fan out there, thinks the situation wasn't handled so well when the hair was leaving, and he's never said a word. He was given the defenders he needs. Okay, Mazarawi is in, Delict is in, Lisandro is in, Tyler Malasia is in. Of course, injured. Lenny Yoro, yes, he's injured. He was given the midfielders, Casemiro, Ugarte, Josh. He was given the strikers. You have Rasmus, you have Joshua Zaxi. And by the way, speaking about Zaxi, do you know that Manchester United has only scored one goal at Old Trafford this season, and that is the goal against Fulham from Joshua Zaxi. That is how bad. That's how bad the situation is at Manchester United. So for me, if I'm to be asked if he should leave, 100%, Josh. I mean, he's done whatever he's done. He's won us 2 trophies, the Carabao. He's won us the FA that he keeps on reminding. Very good. That is a fact, as you say, Josh. But I mean, I think it's time for him to wrap it up, Josh.
I
And you
feel
remember, just one more time before you come in, you remember I told you, if you lose before this game, in the preview, if he loses the game against Spurs, yeah, it's going to rain cats and dogs. And he'll have 3 games: the Spurs, Porto, and the Villa game. Now, I'm telling you, Josh, I have a feeling he's going to lose both games. The Porto game could be maybe a draw, but Villa is going to wash us. Villa is going to wash Man United. Unless
I
something changes, unless something
I
comes up.
really I really hope that is not the case, and he turns the corner so he can actually remain with the group. Because for me, I've always believed that these things take a bit of time. There's no
Jo-
way you can.
Josh, you're finally coming around, and you sound soft. That is true. And you
Yeah,
sound soft. Unlike,
yeah,
I
because
swear, I don't know whether Seki watched rather watched the preview last time. You were putting up a fight. How
yeah.
many
But
goals? What was your score? 3-1. Actually, you said 3-0 for Man United.
no.
I
I
said
said 2-0.
3-1.
I think three
You
nil.
said
I never
no,
put the
Josh.
one. I think it was 3-0.
No,
It
no,
was
no.
3-0.
It's me who put the one. It was
You
3
said
nil
3-1. Yeah, so me, I
Yeah,
said
3-1
3-0.
for United.
But
But anyway, either way, I was wrong.
the thing though is I'm coming around
Yeah.
because I mean Man United cannot go on like this. But my decision is actually not to fire the manager unless
What's your next question, Josh?
he's seated on a round table and actually you see to it that this guy is incompetent. Because the people who have surrounded Erik Ten Hag this summer, all the stuff that they've brought in, these are people who should be helping the manager to fine tune his methods so they are ingrained in the team. I mean, maybe 5 games is too short for them to have helped him in any way. But you still see only a timestamp of Erik Ten Hag on the team. I mean, there's Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rene Hake who have some experience at managing clubs, and you would think that they would be offering some advice on
The set
how
piece.
United can stop bleeding. But the thing is, why I'm actually not for Erik Ten Hag to leave the club is majorly because of the time we shall have to spend to get back to building a project. I know sometimes when you have a manager, he might not be the one to finish the project, but at least he can lay foundations at the club. It is just becoming very difficult to defend
It's
Erik
becoming
Ten Hag
and
because of
yesterday Dallo was
the
exposed, Josh.
performances. Not just Dallo, as in,
Okay, no,
by
I
the
mean,
way, I
no,
cannot even
I'm coming
single
to
out
that.
a
You know what I'm
player.
saying, Dallo? Sorry,
Mm.
Dallo. I'm saying because today I was watching something, I was reading somewhere, then I read about, if you remember the player Alvaro Fernandez, he was released,
Yeah,
sold. I think he
yeah,
was sold at the beginning of
yeah. It
in
was
this
sold,
transfer
I
window.
think, to
He was
Benfica.
a left back, yeah, to
Yeah,
Benfica,
he's a
21
left
years
back. Yeah.
old. Uh, so currently, he has more crosses, than any of the 90 crosses than any of the left back of the left
Yeah,
backs.
but he had a problem.
Sorry,
He had
full
a
backs.
problem about his game, and you should know how the football is played
No,
in
Josh, I'm coming
Portugal.
to that. I'm trying to say he has around 90 crosses than any other fullback in La Premier. Is it La Primera in
Mm.
Portugal? Then I mean, assists, progressive passes, passes to the penalty area. He's leading everything. So my question is, he knew, Ten Hag knew, Malaysia was out last season. He's still not yet back. Sure, I remember he played in the Euros, but there were still concerns about his fitness. I mean, why would they leave this player to go? If I don't
Um,
know whether he thought Dallo would do everything, because
yeah, but
after yesterday, by the way, Dallo is a
Dallo
good
is
player.
quite decent.
He's
Dallo is quite
decent.
decent. He's
He's
actually
decent.
been
I agree. But after
him with
yesterday, Josh,
him along with Mazraoui have been our
enough with
best
the
players
gambling.
so far this season. But
After
what I'm
yesterday,
saying,
enough with the gambling.
what I want to tell you on the question you asked about Alvaro Fernandez, needed a place like Benfica to actually continue with his progression. At United, he was given a few games in the preseason tour of Erik Ten Hag's first season, but he didn't look, actually second season, and he looked the player, but he still had some issues with the actual defending. He was a very good fullback going forward, but when you see the way that Benfica plays, as in that is a team that is always going to be on the ball and arguably the best team in their league, so it can do these things and players can flourish. At Manchester United, we've seen over the years that it has become a graveyard of talent.
Oh,
Whichever
that is
player
true.
who comes in and he's talented, it just takes him a while, and after that while, he catches
That
on
is
the
true.
disease. Because
I agree.
Kobe Mino was very exceptional last season, but to me, he has looked jaded the whole season. I don't know if it's about the games that he has so far played or something like that, but he looks very jaded. He looks an average player. There are things that he cannot do. They keep picking him up every time in the middle of the park, which it becomes very dangerous for us.
Speaking about
For Erik Ten Hag in particular,
United's midfield, yeah,
I mean, I had an issue with him yesterday when the team played so high up the pitch, and our defenders were very deep. Then we left some bit of space in the middle of the park, and it was always going to be very difficult for Ugarte to stop any player who was dribbling from deep. Just like you saw the goal Van der Ven scored, I mean, no player could even pull him down.
That was
Yes,
horrific,
he's the
man.
fastest
Yeah,
player, but
Josh.
we
Now
contributed
that you've talked
to
about that goal, Josh, the United's midfield is still wide open. It's still wide open, and
that is a
the other
that is
problem
the
I've realized,
tactical
we
thing.
treat Kobe Mino, Kobe Mino like an every week first teamer or starter. Okay, the kid is only 19 years old, Josh. We have the likes of Ericsson, who are 32, soon making 33. Ugarte is still new to the league. Casemiro, again, as everyone has been saying, he's not the force that he used to be. So when it comes to the midfield, it's incredibly weak. And you saw yesterday. I mean, he came like we saw which player Rashford dropped the ball, right? He got
Yeah,
it, started running, coming towards our goal,
and
and
yeah.
no one even tried to flex with him or try to put him down
He
until
didn't
at the
even
end.
sell a dummy or drop a shoulder or anything like
Nothing at
that.
all.
He just ran
He just
through
came
like
running.
the guy of
See,
FC
the
20.
goal, FC20, exactly. Oh man,
But
that's
for me,
very.
the thing is, I'm not why I fault Ten Hag in this is because I mean, when you watch the team how it's playing, they only play something that is off the training ground for say 7 minutes of a 90 minutes game. I mean, it's
I'm really worried
very
about Ten
absurd
Hag,
that
Josh.
we look like that because whichever player you're going to bring in Manchester United's midfield, even if you name the best CDM at the moment and you say he was playing for United, is going to be found out because of maybe the tactical approach of the manager. Last season, the manager was very chaotic, and I could understand it. He was not confident, maybe with the players that he had. Then he thought that if he set up in a chaotic way, because he has runners like Rashford and Ganacho, they will be released by Bruno Fernandes, and then he would have an advantage in the
And
game. This didn't happen, and he kept playing the same chaotic style of football. I didn't have a problem with that because I at the back of my mind was this whole thing of the injuries that we have, the patterns cannot be there, the routines because the players are often absent. But then this season, at least the performances, if Man United loses 5-0 and we were playing the way we played against Crystal Palace, I would still have faith in the manager. For me, it is not about the result of yesterday that Spurs beat us 3-0, but the performance was very pathetic.
the performance was way below the bar. And you see, speaking still about, uh, I mean, on Ten Hag, I'm very worried about him. I'm really truly worried about Ten Hag because
Yeah, where
this is
is
his third
Ziyad?
season.
Where is Ziyad? You're not worried about Ten Hag. Ziyad said, even if United loses the game, if it means Ten Hag going, let us lose.
He's off, by the way. He's off. But as I was saying, I'm worried about Ten Hag. I mean, it's his third season, and most of the players that are currently at United, as I said, they've been either signed by him, Josh, okay, or yeah, they've been signed by him. Some we talked about yesterday. Some already play very well when it comes to their national teams, but when they come back to Manchester United, I don't know what's wrong. So again, Josh, I'm asking: is it the coaching system? I don't know. Is it the coaching? Is it the system? I mean, something has to add up that we are train rather we are failing to understand. I think we also lack certain players of profile that Ten Hag needs. Rather, I used to think we lack players, certain players that I mean don't have the profile that Ten Hag needs. But
Yeah, it is also
we are
argued.
looking
You
at
should
we
know.
are look.
You
I
should
gave
know
two
that it is.
examples. We are looking at Chelsea. We are looking at Barcelona. Of course, Barcelona is in La Liga, but look at Chelsea, Josh. The manager just came. He hasn't even bought players himself. All these players are being rather brought in by Toddy Boyle. But look at how they are playing, Josh. It looks like a team that is already finding itself slowly by slowly. I mean, they are finding a structure. They have not yet, but I mean, when you look at them playing, you see there's something. There's a style. there's something that they are trying to
You
portray
don't
out.
see us
I
crying.
swear
You don't
after
see us
yesterday,
crying.
no, Josh,
Because
Enzo
you're winning
Maresca,
games.
I swear
No,
after
because you're winning.
yesterday, I did
No,
not
no,
see
no,
anything
no.
at Manchester United, Josh.
Because you're winning games, because Chelsea is winning games, you can say all these fanciful things about them. But to me, I know Enzo Maresca is a guy I regard very highly, and I like the manager, but I don't see his footprint on the team as yet. But you should also know that Chelsea has bought players who cost about 100 million.
Maresca has 4 wins,
100 million.
1 draw, and 1 defeat,
Yeah, because that's what you're
Josh,
talking
in the
about.
Premier
If
League.
we're talking about the performances, we're not talking about the results, because for large parts of those results, I mean, Chelsea. I was telling you that Chelsea has bought players who cost £100 million. I mean, they have about 4 players of that kind of money. I mean, and these players are young also. These are players who are bought. Um, Not just potential, but they had made their mark from wherever they were, like Romeo Lavia, like Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. These are players who were on the market and they were the best players in their positions at that time. So, I mean, if a manager who is good, like Enzo Maresca is, if he manages to come and galvanize that side and have those 11 players on the pitch, I mean, these players can give you something, because these are players who actually have that quality. Not that United does not have the quality, but even just looking at the side, you can see that maybe there are some places that are wanting. It's
No,
just
no.
so poor that even when you lose, playing the way we played against Spurs, you cannot have any positives for the manager, because everything was down to the manager. The team was so poor. The players, I can blame them for not taking responsibility on the pitch, because you play for yourself, you play for the badge. There's no way you come to the pitch and you don't want to give 100%. But then you can see the players. Just what Eriksen said in midweek against FC20, that at a certain point they looked like they wanted it more. Even in this game, I mean, Spurs wanted it more. United was there lying around, hoping that Spurs is not on their day. But they on their day. You look at the midfield that Spurs had. They had Kulusevski. They had attacking players, Madison and Bentaka. As in, they just had attacking players in the middle of the park, because they knew that they would have possession of the ball. And yet United was not even willing to press. They were not willing to play. I mean, the passes were so awful. We can't find each other. For the first time, I saw Joshua Zirkzee misplace a pass. He had not
I
yet
remember you,
misplaced a pass
you
at
even
Man
talked
United.
about it. You said this is the first time Joshua Zax has misplaced a pass.
Yeah. And I also about Joshua Zirkzee, he needs to start taking his chances. I like the fact that he goes into games and
Oh yeah, he
finds
needs to
himself
start
in
scoring. He
positions
needs to
to
start
actually
converting those
have a
goals,
shot
man.
on target. But he needs to start taking away those chances, because now he's playing for a club like Manchester United that can always bring in someone else who can do the job. And I
It's
don't know
just
why. I don't know if we were the right team for a player as good as Joshua Zirkzee. And this is only because we were lacking goals last season. We finished the season with a -1. So, I mean, we needed goals. Then we're bringing in a facilitator who doesn't actually score goals regularly.
man, it's just so sad that Manchester United, me as a fan, I have to go through that. By the way, Josh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for me, that is not the worst part, because
what's the worst part?
I would love
Oh,
the
it's
worst
not
part.
yet.
The worst part is to fire the manager and Gareth Southgate walks into the door.
Ah, ah, no, that is not going to happen. I
Yeah.
know they are
What
friends
do you
with
mean it's not
Dan
going to
Ashworth.
happen?
There is no
Dan
way.
Ashworth
There
is friends
is
to
no
Southgate.
way.
So,
There
I
is
mean,
no
it
way he's
might
coming
just
in.
happen.
No,
It
Josh, there
might
is no way
just
it's
happen,
coming
and
in.
they will tell you that he'll be the one to steady the ship until close to 2028, when we shall get someone to finish off the job.
No, there is no way that is going to happen. And Josh, but anyway, Man United fans brace for impact. Well, Ten Hag retains the backing of the Manchester United board or bosses, and is still here He's still with us. And Josh, real quick, once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sports Jazz, Isaac and Josh. Josh, real quick, please give me the three picks you would have to replace Ten Hag.
No, I wouldn't want to replace Ten
No,
Hag.
no, Josh, come
At
on.
the end
If
of the
this
season,
this is what we are
at
talking
the end
about
of the
just around the
season,
last time. If this kind of results keep happening, at some point he's going to be changed. So I'm asking you,
then we shall
who
have
are your
that
three
conversation
picks?
at that point.
No, who are your three picks? Come on, man.
No, I mean, right now I can tell you a couple of managers, but United has been. I have learned that United is not a very easy place to be. It's not a very good environment for a manager, because even the best of managers have been at the club and have failed dramatically. So I don't think because a manager has a good football wherever they are, they could come in and make it happen. At this point, you would say that the best pick for Manchester United would be a guy like the Godfather, Calito,
I'm sorry. Who?
Carlo Ancelotti, the guy at
Yeah, no,
Madrid. Because
I
yeah,
know.
do you know, it feels like United needs a manager of the old and not just the new
Well,
school
Ten Hag is in
managers
that
who have a
bracket too. And
good
guys, by the way,
tactics.
no disrespect, Ancelotti is a don. He's a boss. He's won it all. But I'm just saying, Josh. I mean, you watched the game yesterday, the Madrid
It
derby.
was pathetic. It was pathetic.
Yeah.
It was so
So
poor. It was a performance worth of sacking a manager. I mean,
no, no, no. I
if
was talking about
even the manager,
the
if you
Madrid
watched it
derby.
back,
The
oh,
Madrid
the
derby.
Madrid
The
derby.
Madrid
Yes,
derby.
yes, yeah, I did
Yeah.
watch the Madrid derby.
Yeah. Nothing to take away from Carlo Ancelotti, but bro, man,
He's
we need to.
boring.
He's boring. His football. Yes, maybe the good thing is he's winning. He keeps winning. He's winning the
You see,
UCL.
when you win,
He's winning. He's
can I
winning the
ask you?
league.
You
Yeah.
see, can I ask you about the style of football that Man United played under Sir Alex Ferguson? It did not matter.
It did
It
not
did not
matter, by the
matter.
way.
Why? Because we were
Sometimes they sit
about
back,
this all
hit
gung
you on the
ho,
counter.
go and
You know.
get goals and things like that.
Mm.
So I mean, put crosses in the box and we shall win the game. We were just
Anyway,
about winning the game.
anyway, Josh. Okay, you've refused to give me your picks to replace Ten Hag
No, I can tell
in
you
case
about
he's
managers who are
fired.
very interesting. I like the guy Amorim. Amorim, I like him a lot. I saw him
Amorim,
in the yeah. He's decent.
Tuchel is
He's a
also
good
good.
coach. Tuchel, I
I know
have
you don't rate
problems with
him.
Tuchel.
You don't rate
No,
him.
I do rate him, but
Then
as a
you have
manager, as a coach,
The former Bayern manager, Josh. What's his name?
Nagelsmann.
Yeah,
Nagelsmann is at Germany.
yeah, he's a German. Who
Yeah,
says you
but
cannot
maybe
win?
that's a job he can
All players
achieve.
are always, rather, all managers are always somewhere, and they come for them. They resign and come this side. I mean, they cross over.
Yeah.
But anyway, Josh, let's move on.
It would be a very good pick, but for me, I think that we need a manager who has some bit of experience, or a manager who can get the respect of the team for just having played for Manchester United. And if Erik Ten Hag is sacked, then Ineos would be they would have done one of the best businesses with the transfer window, bringing in Ruud van Nistelrooy as an assistant manager, because I mean, they can give him that job on interim basis, and it's up to him to cement his place at Manchester United as their new manager. It wouldn't be a very bad decision to take, but I always feel that we need a manager who has some bit of experience, because of the dressing room that we have. We've always had problems with our dressing room. Not that for me, the players feel like they're not pulling their weight. They
Man,
go out there on the pitch and you actually see that these players are not pulling their weight.
it's just sad. It's very sad.
Then it
I'm
brings
even
me to
out
the
of my brain.
question of
Yo,
it
it's
brings me to
very
the
sad.
question of keeping Erik Ten Hag, because when I look at our brothers in London, I mean, they've had a manager and this who is in his sixth season, and things are actually very good in his sixth season. But the first two seasons that he had at the club when he finished eighth, maybe naysayers wanted him out. They wanted
Of
the
course, that is
manager to
correct
leave.
too.
Exactly. But now that he's in his sixth season, he looks the part. He looks like he actually knows what it takes to win a Premier League title, and that is why I would want Erik Ten Hag to stay at the club. However, it is difficult to argue for him when you're not seeing the gradual progress that he's making. Yes, last season was a one-off,
Josh,
but then
yeah.
even this season he has to improve. He has to. The players have to look like they are coached. Let us be beaten playing a certain way, because we have this anticipation of waiting for the right moment for the team to click.
Josh, it's so sad that United is going through this. Really, I thought I thought by getting Ten Hag we had put this, I mean, everything behind. And I understand he had a very beautiful first season. We finished second. I understand last season we
Uh,
had an
uh,
awful one, but because of, I mean, one could argue the injuries that kept on coming, bouncing back, and also just one thing about the injuries. Those injuries most of the times are caused by, I mean, the coaching style. Do you know that, Josh?
I don't believe that.
Sometimes it's they are caused because of the coaching style. But anyhow, uh,
I don't believe
Josh,
that. Yeah, they could be
yeah,
caused by that, but majorly, I don't think it is the coaching style
no,
that
it
is.
is, it is, it is, it
They.
is.
What about the
It
players?
also
What about
contributes.
the
It
players
also
who are fit?
contributes, Josh.
What about the players who are fit throughout the season?
I
Because we
know,
had a
Josh, but I'm
couple of
saying,
players like Diogo Dallo who were
had
fit
but last season we
throughout the
had
season.
almost the whole entire first team off, Josh. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning in, Jazz Sports Jazz. Josh, real quick, I would want us to talk about the incident, the Bruno Fernandez incident, the card. Was it a card for
No
you or
way.
it wasn't a card?
No way it's a red card ever in football. No way. That's a yellow card. That's a
It,
bookable offense.
yeah.
That's a bookable
Well,
offense. There was no excessive force. It was not dangerous.
I think because
That's
he
a
tried to
bookable
lift
offense.
his leg,
No, and he got his shin. He got the shin pad. I mean, he got the shin pad
intention,
with like no.
intention.
The
Yeah.
intention was clear to whatever play the ball, stop the ball. I mean, you can argue with that the tactic that he was using to stop the ball, but he slipped. He slipped, so he was trying to reach the ball in the best way he could in the moment. For me, it was never a red card. Never a red card. No chance.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in once again, Josh and Isaac. It's been a pleasure. See you tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow, same time. Please do continue subscribing, like, and share our videos. We are signing out, and yeah, I still stand. My word is, it's time for Ten Hag to leave, guys. Subscribe, like, and share our videos. Sports Jazz. Cheers.